What's up, everybody? Darnestown, Maryland is a suburb of Washington, D.C., located in Montgomery County, Maryland. They got an A+ rating on niche.com for 2022. When I think of Darnestown, I think of large lots, beautiful houses, and a more country feel. It's definitely a great choice of places to live if you want a more rural feel, but still don't want to be too far away from Washington, D.C. So today, we're going to go through my top pros and cons of living in Darnestown, Maryland. So let's just dive right in. Darnestown is located just north of North Potomac with a population of approximately 6,754 people. The median household income in Darnestown is $154,413 according to bestplaces.net, with a median home price of $843,000. Darnestown is 17 square miles with the Potomac River at its southern border and the Muddy Branch at much of its eastern borders. Seneca Creek borders portions of the north and the west sides. The Trevilla, North Potomac, and Germantown census-designated places are adjacent to it, as is the city of Gaithersburg. Washington, D.C. is about 25 miles away. Back in the 1960s, affluent families began buying farmland in Darnestown for new housing and equestrian purposes, so the lots are definitely on the larger side. That's a little bit about Darnestown, and let's get to my first pro. The first pro of living in Darnestown is how beautiful it is. It's known for its green rolling hills, gorgeous landscaping, large houses, and oversized lots. If you want a more country feel with large homes, wide streets, and lots of greenery, Darnestown is a great choice. Even though it's only 10 minutes from North Potomac and 20 minutes from Potomac, Darnestown just feels a lot more spacious and remote. You do have the Darnestown Swim and Racket Club, which has its own swim team and tennis team. So even though the homes are more spread out than the North Potomac neighborhoods, you still have a community where people socialize and take part in different sports. Which brings me to my next pro about living in Darnestown, Maryland, which is although you don't have a central shopping area, you really are close to several of them, including downtown Crown, a newer development with grocery stores, restaurants, shops, and a gym, the Rio Washingtonian Center, which has a cute little lake where you can take out paddle boats with the kids and enjoy all of the restaurants, movies, shops, and big box stores such as Target and Dick's, as well as the Kentlands, a more established neighborhood with a movie theater, tons of restaurants and stores, and a Whole Foods. So even though it feels more remote than its neighbors, you still are very close to so many amenities, which is really convenient. You also have close access to the I-270 Biotechnology Corridor, which is home to 140 life science companies that employ over 19,000 people, so there are a lot of job opportunities. And you're within 20 minutes to two big hospitals, the Holy Cross Hospital in Germantown and the Adventist Shady Grove Hospital in Rockville, Maryland. All this to say is that even though Darnestown is a bit farther out than its neighbors of Rockville, Potomac, and Bethesda, you are still close to so many things to do that you don't really have to go too far to get what you need. My next pro, and I've mentioned this in some of my other videos, is that one of my favorite wineries is located right here in Darnestown, Maryland, Windridge Winery. They have a beautiful vista with picnic tables and Adirondack chairs, and their wine is really good. They also serve cheese plates and other small food items and have food trucks that actually come to the winery, different food trucks on different days. Or you can bring your own food. And it's dog friendly, so it's just a great place to enjoy an evening happy hour picnic. Seriously, it is so much fun for a friend's night out or a romantic evening, or just fun for the entire family. Whether you live in Darnestown or not, I would definitely recommend a visit to Windridge Winery. My next pro about living in Darnestown is the public high schools are very highly rated. As of today, in September of 2022, Northwest High School is rated number 16 on the best public high schools in the state of Maryland by niche.com. Quince Orchard is rated number 20 by niche.com. And QO was the Maryland 4A state football champions in 2018 and 2021. So if you're into Friday Night Lights and all that high school football fun, QO has everything you need. The games between all of the high schools is always a lot of fun. There are really only two cons I can think of about living in Darnestown, unless you don't like the small town feel or the rural vibe, and that is the commute, and it is very expensive. If you're working in DC, your commute from Darnestown isn't going to be short. If you're driving, you can expect about an hour commute to get into the city, And if you want to take public transportation, you'll still have to drive about 20 minutes to the nearest metro station, which is Shady Grove, and then it's still another 45 minutes to get into DC. So the commute, it's going to be long. And with the large houses and beautiful landscape lots and spaciousness comes a price tag. Darnestown is expensive. According to bestplaces.net, the cost of living in Darnestown is $169.4 compared to the US average of $100. So 69.4% more expensive. Take a look at this chart provided by bestplaces.net. Clearly the biggest culprit is housing, which is close to 300% more expensive than the national average. If I look up single family houses in Darnestown today in September of 2022, there are 11 active listings ranging from $825,000 up to close to $2.4 million. Most of these are part of a new development called Quail Run. Quail Run is 16 estate-sized lots ranging from 3/4 to 2 or more acres. If you'd like more information on Quail Run, just send us an email. We'll set up a time to chat about it. All the lots in Quail Run are serviced by public water and have septic systems, which does lead me to another possible con depending on your opinion of well and septic versus public water and public sewer. There are just more septic fields and wells in Darnestown than its neighbors, given the sparsity and the spaciousness of the different lots. Some people prefer well and septic. You don't pay utilities to the city and you control the quality of your water, but there is maintenance. Others prefer public water and public sewer, so it's only a con if you prefer public water and sewer, and there are houses in Darnestown that do connect to the city systems. The bottom line is Darnestown is a beautiful, picturesque place to live with large homes, sprawling, spacious lots, and a small town feel to it, but it is farther out from DC and Bethesda, so if you work in either of these places, your commute, it's going to be quite long. On the other hand, you are close to North Potomac and Germantown and not too far from Rockville, so there is still plenty of amenities nearby. And it is expensive to live there, so be prepared to pay a lot for housing in Darnestown. I hope you got some value out of today's video. If you are thinking about moving to Darnestown or anywhere in Montgomery County or DC or Virginia and you would like our help, just send us an email. We'll set up a Zoom. We'll get you started. And if you'd like to know more about its neighbors of Germantown or Rockville or Potomac, definitely check out some of our other videos. We have plenty of videos in our library that shows all these different places, including pros and cons and neighborhood tours. And if there is a place that you'd actually like to see a video on and we haven't made it already, definitely put it in the comments below. We'll put it on the list and we'll get that video made for you. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Bye!